Chapter 13 Birds, Beak and Claws. Learning Spotlight. At the end of this chapter, students will learn about functions of the beak, claws and feet of birds. Birds have beak which they use for different purposes. The beaks are also called bills. Different birds have different kinds of beaks. It helps them in taking food, making nest, and feeding their young ones. They also fight with their enemies using their beaks. They even use their beaks to clean their feathers. They do so by applying oil on their feathers from their oil glands. This is called preening. Functions of the beak. Used for obtaining food. Used for defense. Used for gathering materials for the nest. Used for feeding the young ones. Used for cleaning the feathers. Used for catching prey. Fact trivia. Do you know longest beak is of Australian pelican 19.2 inches and short beak is of nightjar 0.3 inches. Think green. Do not purchase endangered bird species as they are being sold at high prices by the poachers. If we don't purchase them, it will decrease or stop the sale of these birds. The given table shows the different types of beak and their birds, beak, shapes of the beak, purpose of the beak. Eagle. It has a strong, sharp and hooked beak. This shape helps it to catch animals as it flies. Parrot. It has a sharp and curved beak. This shape helps it to crack nuts and seeds and to tear fruits. Duck. It has a flat and broad beak. This shape helps it to catch fish and worms in the water. Sparrow. It has a small pointed beak. This shape helps it to pick small grains. Hummingbird. It has a straw-like, long and cylinder beak. This shape helps it to suck nectar from flowers. Claws and feet of birds. Just like beaks, birds have different types of claws suited to the ways in which they catch food and move around. Functions of claws. To catch and eat food, to walk or run, to protect themselves from enemies, to perch on trees. The given table shows different types of claws and their uses. Birds, shape, description and use, examples. Swimming birds. Swimming birds have webbed feet. They work as oars while swimming. There are 3 toes in the front and 1 small back toe. Duck, swan. Wading birds. These have long keys and widespread toes. Birds wade through water without getting wet and without sinking. Crane, heron, egret. Perching birds. This type of feet have 3 toes in the front and 1 at the back, which curls around the branch to hold it firmly. This helps the bird to sleep even while perching. Crow, mena. Flesh-eating birds. Flesh-eating birds have sharp, curved claws called talons. They use these talons to hold their prey tightly while eating its flesh. Eagle, hawk. Scratching birds. Scratching birds have long legs with 3 toes in front and 1 toe at the back. They have hard claws to dig and scratch the ground to find seeds and insects. Hen, pheasant. Climbing birds. Climbing birds have 2 toes which point forward. The other 2 toes point backward to climb and cling on the trees. Parakeet, woodpecker. Running birds. These feet have 2 toes instead of 4. The legs are very strong and are specifically designed for running fast. Ostrich. It's recall time. All birds have beaks and claws. Different birds have different types of beak and claws. A bird's beak corresponds to the kind of food it eats. Beaks are used for defense, to get food, to collect nesting materials, to feed the young ones, and to attack predators. Claws are used for perching, catching prey, climbing and moving.